Welcome back to a glorious sunny day, much nicer than the weather forecast led on. We're off to the Goodwood Festival of Speed, one of the dates in the motoring calendar. 4 days from Thursday to Sunday. Each day is almost always sold out with 150,000 people capacity. I've been to this classy event twice now, but there's something I've never done: the famous Goodwood hill climb. This is where there's a mixture of some ex-Formula One racing drivers, some other people of interest in the motoring sector, racing a variety of different cars and motorbikes against the clock. Then what happens? The fastest from each sector go and race head-to-head again against the clock on Sunday.
So who will you be racing?
Well, if I can keep up with the likes of ex-Formula One and MotoGP races, then there's a chance I could be there on Sunday. They may call me back and say, Fred, by the way, you're in. You're fast enough. So I'm racing a Triumph Thruxton. More on that in a bit when we get there. We have to be there at 3 o'clock, and I have to be there 1 hour before for scrutineering. Don't worry, yesterday I've already signed my life away with a number of different forms, so I'm good to go. 43 minutes away, and we'll take you along with us on a lovely, glorious summer's day at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Like a proper racer. Helmet, boots, gloves. Triumph very luckily have provided me with a race suit because I don't actually have my own. I always find with these places, the cars in the car park are often just as interesting. V12 Jag, XJS, Subaru Impreza, gold wheels, Navy, just everywhere. Everything from interesting 4x4s, American cars, European Exotica, gigantic Dodge Ram there. I mean, look at the size of that. Way too many Porsches to list. Wranglers, I mean, everyone here is an active petrol head. Just gloss over our car, but an active petrol head like they actually have really interesting cars, just Lamborghinis casually parked up on the grass there. Oh, I'll show you one more just before we go in. These are so rare. I remember when these came out, 1998, Renault Spider. That is just straight out of the Renault factory, no modifications. It's incredible to think Renault built a car like that. Right, I will message Triumph. They'll come and meet us at the entrance, and then we're going in. I've had to leave Monica because Triumph need to run back, get her a ticket, and we're getting pretty close to my run. So I've been led into this bit here. There's a red carpet laid out and everyone was getting autographs of someone, and I realised it's Adrian Newey and another ex-Formula One driver. So I'm clearly in the right place to get kitted out. Now I need to, I've been told, look for a 6'5" guy with long hair who's going to get me all signed up for this hill climb lap. Okay, all the checks done. It's all been fairly last minute, but everything's been checked. That's been stuck inside the helmet, so I'm legit. I've got 38-inch trousers, so I have to make sure I'm squatting so they don't fall off. You can see by the amount of sweat on my face, so I had to change down to my pants there. No time for anything else. Now about to head out. The weather's excellent. Tomorrow's meant to rain, so if there's ever a chance for me to break the lap record, it's right now.
Another little nice Triumph coming in up the hill this time.
It is indeed, yeah, lovely to see that. This is the Triumph Thruxton, the final edition, that lovely sort of mix of modern and retro, and it's kind of that ultimate sort of cafe racer. 1200cc twin engine, gorgeous sort of classic styling, and the original played a big part in the Triumph Thruxton. It played a big part in Triumph's thing, and it was named because it won the first ever Thruxton 500 race back in 1958. It really is a bit of a British legend. These are a limited edition final run.
Monica, we're in a bit of a bad spot here. We've got seats at the Lotus spot. Have you clocked on yet to why that's bad? I just heard someone talking about half an hour ago. Huge amounts of people, police, running over in that direction. We're like, what's going on? Someone thought it was maybe a Just Stop Oil protest. And then it came out that the Lotus hypercar, the Amaya, something like that, Lotus hypercar crashed. So the car crashed into the the bales of hay, and all of the police and the ambulances, everyone was around, and that's what happens. Sometimes an expert driver is needed, but joking aside, I hope they're fine. That was really, really fun for me. I was coming around the bend and they were giving me some tips saying maybe you could hit 80 miles an hour if you go flat out. And I was thinking, God, that does sound quite fast going 80. Because you have grandstands watching you on either side. And they say, make sure you tuck in like that and duck down, because once you go past the house, someone will get a picture of you. So everyone who does the run, they get a picture taken. So I had to make sure, okay, duck down here and then pull away and then make sure I don't embarrass myself by getting into the wrong gear and going too slowly. But it's a mixture of trying to not embarrass yourself from going too slowly and not embarrassing yourself from coming off. It was actually extremely fun. I did hear as I crossed the line, I didn't know if I wanted to say this on video, there was one marshal and Adrian Newey from the Red Bull Formula One team, and they were chatting as I went past, and I heard them actually mention my name, and I heard about 30%. The words exceptional and talent were there, but I couldn't quite pick up everything, so I had to leave it. I don't know if I'll get a call or something, but we'll see how well I actually ended up doing in the end. Let me tell you, it's a stupid joke, by the way. Let me tell you the behind the scenes, what it's like. 3:10 was meant to be when I was meant to head out. And after that mad rush where I had to strip down to my pants to get the Racing One suit on, the one-piece racing suit on, we then had to wait another 50 minutes to an hour. So get there, start stripping down to my pants at 2:30, and then finally ended up doing the run at about 4 p.m. And it was 5 o'clock by the time I got back here with Monica. Then I said to Monica, just wait here at Lotus. I'll run off and drop my bag off at the car. It's now 5:40. It's so massive, it's taken me 45 minutes to walk. And I think, I may be mistaken, Goodwood closes about 6 p.m. So we have 15 minutes to enjoy Goodwood. Right, let's get some food and just desperately try and soak this in, but this will be unpleasant because it's going to be so madly rushed.
I know we'll make it right. You've got me on my
events like this is so interesting because you see all the brand new vehicles that you had no idea were even in the working. This, I'll grab the camera in a second, Ford Capri monocoque, take that. I didn't know if I'd ever see the Capri name again on a Ford. I mean, it looks completely different. There are no similarities, no bloodline at all, but there is the Capri name on a brand new Ford. Guessing it's a probably completely electric, but who'd have guessed it? Capri is back. I want to see with the EVs what the actual model is meant to be traditionally. So when I see a Capri and hear that Ford are redoing the Capri, I want to see a Capri. I want to see a really nice svelte coupe. And if they're remaking the Mustang as an EV, I don't want to see the Mach-E, I want to see a Mustang, but electric. I don't know why all of the big manufacturers are just making overinflated SUVs, which is fine, I like SUVs, but keep the Capri name, keep the Mustang name for the sports cars, the coupes. And I won't take the argument that it's not possible because you need all of the battery tech, because there is one car brand here who has, I think, hugely surprised me, but it looks like it could be one of the key car brands of the future. MG. I really believe after seeing their display here this year that MG are going to be a gigantic force in the next few years. I'll flip the camera because they have an electric sports car here and it looks like a proper good looking sports car. Forget about the fact it's electric, it's a great looking car full stop. And look what happens when you do actually build a great looking electric car. You generate interest. That looks superb. MG Cybster. That is incredibly, I need to check that. That is a proper, that's an EV. It looks phenomenal. That's very possibly one of the best looking EV sports cars I've seen. And again, it's one of the first EV sports cars I look at and think, yes, that will sell. When that comes to market, that will be a sales success without question. Goodwood House. This is the core of everything. This is where the Duke of Richmond lives, and the Duke of Richmond is the gentleman who set up the Goodwood Festival of Speed. He set it up in 1993 as an excuse to be able to race cars and, of course, gather together all of the countries and further afields petrol heads. It always shocks me that the Festival of Speed is only 31 years old. It just comes across as the kind of festival that's been around for decades. But in that house, the Duke of Richmond actually lives, and this is genuinely all of his land. It's like a huge summer garden party that he hosts exclusively for petrol heads around the country and further afield. And to think that in this house, the Dukes of Richmond have lived for 300 years. It's a title that's been passed down since about 1675 from generation to generation. So in there, probably somewhere, peering through one of the windows, he's clapping at what he sees. Another sold-out day, blue sky, and this really is Goodwood Festival of Speed, the epitome of Britain at its finest, bringing together the best of the old vehicles, the old automotive heroes, and all of the modern stuff as well, all of the electric things. I can see MG having a gigantic push here for the new generation, old and new combining in one of the most glorious settings. MG moniker, the new MG Roadster EV. This car, I promise you, will be a sales phenomenon if it comes out. The amount of people that have been looking at this exact car, more so than anything else. If it comes out as an attainable Roadster EV, MG are back. The original MG Roadster. So they've got the old original Roadster there in red. You love that car actually, with the brand new one. You know, the bloodline's there. You know, they've kept it as a Roadster. I think that's fantastic. And also the setting of the house is stunning. This is one of my favourite parts of the Festival of Speed. Just behind the side building, you've got this open grass area, and they always put the really old stuff. And it's a proper eclectic mix of stuff, starting off 1977 Polo. As new. That's what it would have looked like straight out of the showroom in the 70s. Over to 1989 Citroën, Fiat X19. We've even got tractors in here this year. Alfa Romeo Montreal. Breathtakingly stunning car, this. Especially from the front. Thanks. That is beautiful. And these are, what you're seeing here, the last few stragglers of the Festival of Speed. The car park's pretty much empty, all of the grandstands are empty, and these are the last few people that will not prize themselves away from day one of the festival. Lamborghini Miura. Wow, 1971 Suntan Motion beach car. I love these. Always cool in festivals. The original classic Fiat 500, roof chopped off. And it goes on and on all the way back. You can just see in the distance two Singers there. So modified Porsche 911s. They look incredible. Round here to a Bertoni designed 1976 Lamborghini. Countach there, and it looks like we've got the Bugatti section, I think, and I've never seen such a huge selection of Bugattis all in one place. You can see this is just all Bugattis in the corner here. I'll do one final one over here. Look at the side profile of that, like a 1950s Batmobile. Wow, it's older than that. 1936. Zonda, and a beautiful view of the side entrance of the house there. It's the eclecticness of this mix that makes it so interesting. And then if you go through there, I won't show you now, but that is the selection of brand new BMWs if you just go through the arches there. In fact, I tell you what, as I'm walking over there, I'll show you this quickly, because if you've got deep enough pockets, if I had deep enough pockets, I think I would be buying something like that. Singer modified Porsche 911. That is stunning. That would probably be my pick of one of the most beautiful cars at the Festival of Speed. I was chatting to a gentleman who was also eyeing up that green Singer, and he said, you know how much this is? And I said, I don't really want to guess, and he said, neither did I, but I was just told about £1 million. I thought my initial guess was going to be about £250,000. So I was quite a long way off. £1 million. Look at this, the eclectic selection of cars here. I don't know, but this is a world-class event. Everything, and look at the setting. Stunningly beautiful. You know, a lot of people assume that I have no interest in cars because I have, with Monica, a 15-year-old Fiat 500, but that is not the case. I'm a massive, massive car enthusiast. You know, the only difference between me and a true car enthusiast, I don't have the guts yet to buy my dream car, but Trust me, I've been saying this for about 4 years. I will get one. There will come a day.
What would be your dream car?
My dream car, and I can't help but think when I'm here, to rebuy the car that almost bankrupts me 8 years ago. Jaguar XK, 4.2 V8, silver, cream interior. I was just going around looking at all the cars today, daydreaming. I must buy the car back that ruined me financially. Maybe soon it'll be time. Oh, look, the Renault couple are leaving. I love that. That car sold in microscopic numbers. Classic vehicle ownership, isn't it? I will say nothing about French cars, it's just classic vehicle ownership. Good luck to them. There's also, actually, talking about French cars, there is a Japanese motorcycle, a Honda broken down, and the AA's just arrived. You know, the best thing about, just to wrap this up, the best thing about events like today, and bear in mind, Monica and I have enjoyed it so much, it's now 7:45. We've actually probably left after it's meant to close. Huge space, 150,000 people a day. They sell out, they can't have any more people. The best thing about it is, with everything going on in the world, all of the perceived doom and gloom about the end of petrol and diesel cars and electric vehicles coming and no one will be able to own their own vehicles, events like this show that the motorcycle industry, it's alive and well. We're in a state of quickly moving evolution, yes, but that doesn't have to be a negative. This is a celebration of all things automotive, past and present, and passion for automotives. It's healthier than ever. Thanks for watching. Monica, you can cut that now. If I was in a fancy car, you could film me driving off, but this is just stupid. Cut the camera, cut the camera.
While I waited for the sun to shine, I was crying on my own.
This bit will not make the final cut.
It was all